Welcome to i4 Institute. I am Khushbu, working as .NET software developer in i4 Technolabs Private Limited. This series is about .NET framework. We would start with basic programming and related topics. In first session, we would cover basic HTML and web programming language. Let's start with HTML. Now, the question to newcomer arises is, what is HTML? So let's have a look. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. As HTML is markup language, it just comprises of markup tags. Now you may wonder, what is markup tag? So let me answer this. Markup tags are main characteristics of HTML. It is designed for processing and presentation of a text. It is a code for formatting both the layout and the style within a text file. Markup tags is command placed between angle brackets. Markup tags are not revealed by web browser, they are just invisible. They are used for formatting the text. Markup tags must be ended perfectly. So now let's have an example for a paragraph tag. Tag with P. This is paragraph tag. As I initialized P, I have to end it paragraph tag P. So I ended paragraph tag. You have to just append tag name along with slash. It is a symbol of ending the tag. Now let's run the application and see what are the changes. As you can see here, only the text written between a paragraph text tag is only printed on a browser as output. You can see the tag P and slash P are invisible. So you can say that paragraph markup tags are invisible to browser. They are just used for formatting the text. There are some of the key points to remember while creating a HTML file. While creating a HTML file, the HTML file must have an .html or .html file extension. You can create HTML file using many of the text editor which are available in market. For example, Notepad, Notepad++, Dreamweaver, Microsoft Word, Visual Studio. These all are text editor which supports HTML and which is helpful for creating HTML file. Now it's time for HTML structure. HTML is comprised of elements and tags, as you know. HTML always begin with HTML and complete ends with /HTML. Okay. So let me give you an example structure for HTML. HTML, you can say I initialized HTML, so I have to end HTML as well. Inside HTML, I am again giving another tag name called head. Started head tag, ended head tag. Inside head tag, I am giving another tag title. Started title, so I have to end title. Now, inside title tag, I am writing text. This is title of the page. It is nothing but just title of the page on a browser window. Now main part, that is HTML body part. After completion of head, I initialized body and I completed body. Inside my body part, there should be the content. So this is just basic structure of HTML which is followed by every HTML file. To increase readability and facilitate debugging, every block element should start on a new line. Every nested block element should be indented. Browser ignore multiple white spaces in page source, so formatting is always harmless. So please format your text before running the HTML file. It will help you only to understand your HTML tags or your code. For performance reasons, formatting can be sacrificed. Now it's time for first page of HTML. I have already created a demo for you. As you can see, I have already created a demo file for you. You can see on the top Doctype HTML. It is nothing but document declaration before HTML tag. It is used to give instruction to web browser in which version the HTML is written. This definition, Doctype HTML, defines HTML file. It shows that document is written in HTML file. You can see this. You can see this is a opening of HTML and this is ending of the HTML. As you can see, this is header part of the HTML, and below that whole body is considered as body part of the HTML. You can see here title tag also, which is the title of the page. This is used to specify title in a window title bar. Now, as I said, head is a HTML header and body is a HTML body. There are some of the simple tags in HTML, say hyperlink tags, image tags, text formatting tags. Here are some of the examples. Now, let's talk about attributes. Tags can have attributes. Attributes specify property and its behavior. Here are some of the examples. You can see image source equal to logo.gif and alter equal to logo. Attribute alter with value logo. Few attributes can apply to every element as ID, style, class, title. ID is unique in the document. Let me have you an example for this, which already I have created for you. See here, there are more than one paragraph tag. This is for London. This paragraph tag is for Paris, and this paragraph tag is for Tokyo. Now, what I want is, I want to give unique identification to all. So how can I give the unique identification to all? It's just simple. I have just added an ID attribute followed by its value P1 for paragraph tag London, ID attribute P2, ID attribute value P2 for paragraph tag Paris, ID attribute P3 for paragraph tag Tokyo. This just let me know that each paragraph tag is unique to all. Please remember, ID have always unique value. This means no two tags have same ID. Now let me introduce you with another attribute called class. You can see here, for London I gave class equal to CLS1. For Paris I gave class equal to CLS1 again. For Tokyo I gave class equal to CLS2. Class name be a same for two tags or multiple tags. So I can say here class paragraph tag P1, paragraph tag having ID P1 and having ID P2 belongs to a class 1, and paragraph tag with ID P3 belongs to class 2. These are just simple examples for attribute. Now there are some of the tags for defining heading and paragraph. Heading tags are H1 to H6. Paragraph tags are P. You can define it by P, as I already explained this. For section, there is a div and span. You can use div and span for sections. For example, you can see here Now Doctype Declaration. I already explained you what is Doctype Declaration. It is just giving information to browser that what type of version HTML we have used. Possible versions that are other version than Doctype is HTML 4.0.1, XHTML 1.0. Some of the example. Head section contains information that doesn't show directly on the viewable page. As I said, inside a head section we have a right title. It is not displayed on a page but on a title bar of a window. Some of other tags which includes in head section are meta tags, script tags and style tag. Comments if you want any. Inside a head section there is a title tag which I already explained you. You can see here the example of a title tag. I have write I for consultancy sustainable solutions inside a title tag which is displayed here. You can see on window of the browser. Body section is a section which is viewable to the browser page or your viewable page. I already explained this, so no need to go through this again. Now for text formatting, there are some well-known tags for well-known tags. For example, B is for bold. Here is the list. You can use any. I for italic, U for underline, strong for strong, pre-formatted text, quoted text, deleted text, strike through. Hyperlink. Let me introduce you some of the hyperlink. I suppose I want to link to a document called form.html which resides on the same server where my HTML file is. So I don't need to give any path to it. I just have to give a reference in href tag. Href is attribute of a hyperlink which redirects on click to that location. Suppose my file is in parent directory. So I don't have to do anything, just I have to add to dot slash and name of the file which I want to redirect. Suppose now third case is, suppose my document is on the same server but in a subdirectory. So I have to give subdirectory name followed by file name. It will redirect to that. Now let me show one example which I created for you of hyperlink in my demo. In header tag, I have added a hyperlink to i4 Technolabs. On click of this, it will just redirect to the value written in href attribute. Here I give a website address, so it will directly redirect to this website when I will click on that link. This is an example of i4. This is an example of attribute anchor tags. Let's talk something about image tags. Suppose I want to insert an image with image tag. So I have to give src equal to path of image where the image is stored or where the image is located. There are some attributes used for image tags. Source, that is location of image file. Alter, that is substitute of text, is displayed when the location described in source tag have no image. Height and width, how much height and width of the image you want, you can give it in a pixel. These are the common attributes which are used for image tags. You can see here there is an example which is given. Suppose The the image name php.png is not available at their source, then PHP logo will be displayed in place of image. Now there are mostly two types of element: block element and inline element. Block element is nothing but add a line break before and after them. Div is a block element and some other are table, HR, heading, list and P. Inline elements are those elements which don't break the text before and after them. Span is an inline element. Most HTML elements are inline. For example A. Let me show you an example for a block element using a div and span. Inline style element you can see here. I will give you this example. Here you can see I added a div with a div example, and this one is paragraph tag. Inside a paragraph tag you can see here I added a span tag, which is an inline element. So this will break the line, but paragraph tag have span tag. This span tag will not break the line. I will show you this once I will complete my document. And now let's talk about HTML tables. Table represent tabular data, as we all know. Table consists of several rows and columns. There are core tags for HTML tables. Let me show you. Table and slash table, that is the begin and end of the table. Tr and slash tr, that is create a table row. Td and slash td, that is create a tabular data cell. Now let me show you a basic structure of a table. I started the table tag, so I have to end the table tag. Now I want to add a row, so I started the row, I ended the row. Inside that row I want two columns, so I started one column, I ended the first column. Now second column, you can add you can add columns as per your requirement. Suppose I want a second row, then I have to again declare a tr, completed my tr, and now same columns. You can see here I completed just column table structure for you. This is a basic table structure which is followed by HTML. Now let me run this file. Let's run. Here you can see this is an anchor tag, this is a paragraph tag which have unique ID, this is also a paragraph tag which have unique ID. Same with this. These two have a Paris paragraph tag and London paragraph tag have a same class. As I told you about block elements and inline elements, you can see here div example. This is a block element which breaks the line, and here you can see this is an inline element span. It didn't break the line, it just appended with paragraph tag. I also created a table for you. Here you can see this is a table. First row, that is heading 1, heading 2. Second row, that is row 1, column 1, row 2, column 1, and row 2, column 2, which is designed here like this. You can see. Now I will explain you about this. Some of the form fields are input type, that is text, multi-line text, that is text area, hidden fields that contains the data not shown to user. This is a type hidden, often used by JavaScript code. Now let's have a HTML summary. HTML is a universal markup language for web, which I have already explained you. HTML lets you format text, add graphics, create links, input forms, frames, and tables, and save it all in a text file that any browser can read and display. The key to HTML is the tag, which indicates that content is coming up. Now let me give you some basic knowledge about HTML5. New version, Doctype Declaration, which we already did. You can see here, which we used in our demo. It uses UTF-8, supported new application programming interface, that is geolocation, drag and drop, persistent local storage, and web workers. New input types in HTML5 are color, date time, local, email, month, number, range, search, telephone, time, URL, and week. And some of the input attributes which are new in HTML5 are autocomplete, autofocus, form action, form encryption time, form method, form novel, form target, height, width, multiple, minimum, maximum, placeholder, step, required, etc. New syntax in HTML5 are like this. You can see here. Now let me show you one of the email type, one of the input type for email. Here I already given a input type equal to email, ID equal to email, and name equal to name. What will happen if I type invalid email ID? Let's say it will not validate and give a red border indicating that email is not valid. Suppose I type a valid email ID. Then it will ensure that email is valid, so it will validate. This is a basic characteristics of using input types. So for references, you can go through these websites as well. Let's complete this session. Hopefully you understand this session. Thank you so much.